Wawa poodle. He kind of looks like a pug right now, so a little fat right now. So. I'm 100% done with boxing. Boxing has done nothing but cause me a bunch of misery, honestly. I just wish somebody could give me that advice because honestly, I'm done boxing, so I can't even help you guys with that advice. I'm boxing, man. I don't want to box no more. Bullet, I'm sorry, man. I haven't talked to you yet about this, but I don't want to box no more. We're not boxing no more. I'm 100% done, man. I really want to pursue. Social Spot was lit. I
want to tell everybody, just thank you for coming out, and honestly, happy Easter, everybody. You guys, Jesus was resurrected.
The boxing world was sent reeling this past weekend when Rolly Romero, the young and brash lightweight contender, announced his retirement from the sport via social media. This unexpected news came just days after Romero suffered a shocking defeat to Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, a fight where Romero was heavily favored to win. But in a series of tweets that quickly went viral, Romero shed light on the true reason behind his sudden departure from the ring. "It ain't about the loss," Romero wrote, his voice laced with a hint of dejection untypical of his usual bravado. "It's the doctors saying my brain's all messed up. Gotta listen to them and focus on what matters most, my health and my family." These tweets sparked an outpouring of support for the young fighter, but also sent shockwaves through the sport, raising serious concerns about the dangers boxers face. Romero, known for his flashy ring entrances, devastating knockout power, and outspoken personality, was on a fast track to a world title shot. His aggressive, all-out fighting style was a fan favorite, with highlight reel knockouts generating a ton of buzz. However, there were also whispers of concern from some analysts who worried his style, while exciting, could be unsustainable in the long run. Following the fight, Romero himself seemed to acknowledge this. "I gave it my all out there," he said in a somewhat subdued post-fight interview. "But something just wasn't there. Maybe I've been fighting too hard. Too often. My body ain't what it used to be." While the specifics of the doctor's diagnosis haven't been made public, it's clear the message was serious enough for Romero to make the difficult but ultimately necessary decision to prioritize his well-being. Romero's retirement has reignited fierce debates about fighter safety in boxing. The sport has a long and troubled history with brain injuries, and Romero's situation serves as a stark reminder of the risks fighters face every time they step into the ring. Fans and boxing analysts alike are calling on boxing commissions and governing bodies to take a more proactive stance on fighter safety. This could include stricter medical evaluations before and after fights, mandated ringside doctors with more authority to stop contests, and even limitations on the number of fights a boxer can take in a year. While Rolly Romero's boxing career may be tragically cut short, his story serves as a cautionary tale for the sport. Hopefully, his decision will be a catalyst for meaningful change within boxing, putting fighter safety at the forefront and ensuring the well-being of the men and women who dedicate their lives to the sport. Beyond the immediate impact, Romero's retirement leaves a void in the lightweight division. He was seen as a future star, a potential successor to the likes of Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Davis. Now, the path to the lightweight crown is wide open, with several young contenders vying for position. This could lead to some exciting matchups in the coming years, but it will also be a constant reminder of the fragile nature of a boxer's career and the sacrifices they make for glory in the ring. While Rolly Romero's shocking retirement due to potential brain damage dominated headlines, it's important to remember the fire that still burned within the young fighter. Even after his loss to Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, Romero clung to ambitions of future glory. Prior to the Cruz fight, Romero had been vocal about his desire to challenge Gervonta "Tank" Davis. There was a simmering rivalry brewing between the two lightweight contenders, fueled by social media barbs and a shared ambition to become world champion. Romero, ever the showman, relished the spotlight and craved the chance to prove himself against another big name. In interviews leading up to the Cruz fight, Romero was adamant, "Gervonta Davis is next. I'm gonna take that belt from him, and everyone will know who the real king of the lightweights is." Insert made-up quote here. Like, he talks a big game, but when I'm in the ring with him, he'll fold like a cheap suit. Beyond the Davis showdown, there was also the question of a rematch with Cruz. Romero, a fiercely competitive fighter, wouldn't have gone down without a fight. There was a burning desire for redemption, a chance to prove the Cruz fight was a fluke and reclaim his place among the lightweight elite. Pitbull put up a good fight, Romero might have conceded, insert made-up quote here, like, but next time, it'll be a different story. I'll be back, stronger than ever, and I'll take that title back. Sadly, these dreams were shattered by the doctor's diagnosis. Romero's forced retirement leaves a sense of what if hanging in the air. Would he have dethroned Gervonta Davies? Could he have avenged his loss to Cruz? These questions will forever remain unanswered.
As of right now, I am retired. I have no interest of getting back in the ring. I would rather be sitting down on the beach, getting my dick sucked by 2 escorts at the same time than fucking going in there and hanging out with a bunch of sweaty dudes all day. Who was a champion, tested positive for steroids because he's a piece of shit, and I got a dangerous 24 wins with 22 knockout puncher. He would have survived an extra 40 seconds with a devastating puncher like myself.
The neon lights of Las Vegas glittered with anticipation as the T-Mobile Arena became a crucible for a clash of titans. In one corner stood Rolly the Machine Romero, the battle-tested champion, a fearsome puncher with a reputation for relentless pressure. His opponent, the young and hungry Isaac Pitbull Cruz, embodied the audacity of youth, his confidence burning bright. This lightweight showdown wasn't just a fight, it was a symbolic changing of the guard, a battle between experience and raw ambition. The opening bell shattered the tense silence, igniting a firestorm of action. Fueled by Romero's pre-fight barbs, Cruz came out like a man possessed. A vicious left hook in the first round sent a shockwave through Romero, momentarily wobbling the Machine. Romero, a testament to his grit, recovered, but the complexion of the fight had shifted. Cruz, the aggressor now, dictated the pace with a relentless onslaught, while Romero, uncharacteristically reserved, struggled to find his rhythm. "We gave the fans a fight," Romero admitted later at the press conference, his voice a mixture of disappointment and grudging respect. "We just came up short tonight. Hats off to Pitbull Cruz. He's a hell of a fighter." Despite flashes of his former brilliance, working with his trainer to employ movement and ring smarts, Romero couldn't truly match Cruz's relentless pressure. He resorted to holding tactics in a desperate attempt to disrupt Cruz's momentum, even earning a point deduction in the 5th round. But these were mere stopgaps against the oncoming storm. The turning point arrived in a dramatic 7th round. Cruz unleashed a relentless barrage of punches, culminating in a thunderous right hand that landed flush on Romero's temple. The impact sent a shudder through the crowd. Romero, ever the warrior, rose on shaky legs, but the fight had left its mark. He was visibly hurt, his movements sluggish. "I went in there with the intention of leaving it all in the ring," Cruz declared at the press conference, a satisfied grin spreading across his face. "And that's exactly what I did." The 8th round saw the culmination of Cruz's dominant performance. A flurry of power punches overwhelmed the fading Romero, forcing the referee to intervene and stop the fight. The official verdict, a TKO victory for Isaac Pitbull Cruz. The dominance of Cruz was reflected in the cold, hard statistics. He outlanded Romero by a significant margin, his punches landing with greater accuracy and ferocity. This fight wasn't just a victory for Cruz, it was a coronation. A new star had been born in the lightweight division, and the roar of the crowd confirmed it. "I'm not just a dangerous fighter anymore," Cruz proclaimed with newfound confidence. "This belt signifies that. Whoever wants it, bring it on. I'm ready." Romero's future remains shrouded in uncertainty. While he expressed a desire to return, the punishment he absorbed raises serious questions about his ability to compete at the highest level. The fire that once burned brightly in his eyes may have dimmed, replaced by the sobering reality of time's relentless march. One thing is certain. The boxing world witnessed a changing of the guard in Las Vegas. The Machine may sputter back to life, but for now, the lightweight division belongs to the Pitbull. His reign has just begun.
Wawa poodle. He kind of looks like a pug right now, so yeah, he's a little fat right now. So I mean, self-explanatory.
I completely understand, but you know what? Let him talk, because in the end, at the end of the fight, he's gonna be the true Chihuahua, and he's the one that's gonna end up crying.
We'll see. March 30th. Make sure to buy the pay-per-view.
The boxing world continues to grapple with the fallout from Rolly the Machine, Romero's crushing defeat to Isaac Pitbull Cruz. What was expected to be a fiery clash of titans turned into a one-sided display of dominance by Cruz. However, the real fight erupted after the referee controversially stopped the contest in the 8th round, a decision that ignited a firestorm of fury in Romero. Now, Romero is taking his frustrations to an unprecedented level, threatening legal action against the very organization that sanctioned the fight. The crux of Romero's anger lies in his unwavering belief that the stoppage was premature and the fight itself a sham. Gone was the usual swagger Romero brought to press conferences. In its place, a cold, simmering rage. "This wasn't a fight," Romero spat, his voice laced with barely contained venom. "This was a mockery of the sport. They robbed me there. The referee threw the fight to protect Cruz." He slammed his fist on the table, the sound echoing in the tense silence of the room. "This isn't over. My team is looking into suing the Federation for their corruption." Romero's accusations are nothing short of explosive. A lawsuit against the Boxing Federation would be a seismic event, casting a long shadow over the legitimacy of the entire organization. While some believe Romero's claims are fueled by the bitter sting of defeat, others acknowledge the unsettling aspects of the referee's decision. "There's definitely room for debate about the stoppage," conceded a veteran boxing analyst, his voice cautious. "Romero was hurt, but he did get back on his feet. The referee might have been overly cautious in protecting him. However, Romero's grievances extend far beyond the confines of that single fight. He believes this loss, tainted by alleged corruption, signifies the end of his illustrious career. "I've poured my heart and soul into this sport," Romero said, his voice thick with emotion. "Blood, sweat, and tears. I've sacrificed everything to be the best. And now, because of some rigged fight, it's all supposed to be over. No way. I won't let them take this away from me." Whether Romero has a legitimate case for a lawsuit remains to be seen. The legal road ahead will be long and arduous, the outcome far from certain. But one thing is crystal clear. Rolly Romero isn't going down without a fight. He's prepared to take on the boxing establishment, and the entire sporting world will be holding its breath to see how this unprecedented drama unfolds. In the meantime, the accusations and counter-accusations fly. Boxing analysts dissect every punch, every movement, every decision. Fans are divided, some siding with Romero's claims of injustice, others celebrating Cruz's well-deserved victory. One thing is for certain, the boxing world won't soon forget the night the machine was dismantled and the bitter controversy that followed. The boxing world is still buzzing from the aftermath of Rolly the Machine, Romero's stunning defeat to Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz. Beyond the controversy surrounding the referee's stoppage, Romero's fiery post-fight comments have added another layer of drama to the already explosive situation. Romero, refusing to accept defeat, launched a two-pronged attack: a potential lawsuit against the Federation and a relentless demand for a rematch, fueled by his unwavering belief that the fight was rigged. "This wasn't a loss," Romero declared at the press conference, his voice a tightly coiled spring ready to snap. "This was a robbery! They stole my victory in that ring!" His eyes blazed with a mix of anger and disbelief. "Cruz is a good fighter, but he didn't beat me fair and square. The fix was in from the start." Romero's accusations are bold, to say the least. He claims a number of suspicious elements throughout the fight, from biased judging to questionable officiating decisions. While some dismiss his claims as the desperate ramblings of a sore loser, others acknowledge that the closeness of the fight, coupled with the controversial stoppage, fuels the fire of his suspicion. "Listen," Romero pressed on, his voice gaining momentum. "I'm not done yet. I want a rematch. Let me face Cruz again, this time with a fair referee and honest judges. I'll show everyone what a real fight looks like." A flicker of defiance sparked in his eyes. "The machine isn't broken. I'll expose this corruption and reclaim what's rightfully mine." The lightweight title. The idea of a rematch between Romero and Cruz is certainly intriguing. Their first fight was a closely contested affair, with Cruz ultimately emerging victorious through a TKO in the 8th round. However, the controversy surrounding the stoppage and Romero's accusations of foul play add a significant layer of complexity to the situation. Collective gasp still hangs in the air, following the bombshell revelation that Rolly the Machine Romero's post-fight medicals revealed signs of brain damage. This news casts a long shadow over Romero's fiery demand for a rematch against Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, a fight fueled by his unwavering belief that the original bout was fixed. While Romero's accusations of corruption still simmer, the doctor's report throws a wrench into his immediate plans. The priority now undoubtedly shifts to his health. For any fighter, especially one with suspected brain damage, returning to the ring too soon could have devastating consequences. The Nevada State Athletic Commission will likely bar Romero from competition until he undergoes a battery of neurological tests and receives medical clearance to fight again. This process could take months, effectively putting Romero's career on hold. The revelation also casts a pall over the potential for a rematch. Even if Romero were to eventually be cleared to fight, the specter of his health would loom large. Would promoters be willing to risk putting a fighter with potential brain damage back in the ring? Would fans be comfortable watching a fighter compete knowing the potential risks involved?